So I've had some interesting and challenging living room setups over the years, and the OSD Nero 8150 has really impressed me, especially in my current living room setup. Let's discuss. Now, my living room is not an ideal setup. It's a large open floor plan with tons of reflective surfaces and ungodly amounts of reverb that drastically affects audio levels and especially vocal clarity, which means it's going to demand some serious power to fill the space and maintain clarity. My setup consists of 3 JTR 210 HT speakers, and that's it. The OSD Nero 8150 pretty much handled them with ease. For reference, I have a Marantz Cinema 60 receiver and I'm using the pre-outs to the 8150. Now, the Marantz is no slouch and can absolutely drive the JTRs with no problem with the Cinema 60's internal amps. But I did notice slightly better performance when offloading the amplifier duties to the 8150. Offloading power duties to the 8150 gave me a little more headroom, handling dynamic peaks in music and movies with less distortion, bringing a bit more life to the speakers, delivering clean, powerful sound that easily filled my open floor plan without breaking a sweat. And when we look at the specs, we get 150 watts into 4 ohms, 85 watts into 8 ohms at 0.1% harmonic distortion, all channels driven. When you increase the harmonic distortion to 1%, you get 200 watts into 4 ohms and 120 watts into 8 ohms, all channels driven. Specs are nice on paper, but how did they translate to real-world use? Well, the 8150 delivered clean dynamic power even when pushing my JTR 210 HTs to near reference levels. The signal-to-noise ratio of 105 decibels gave me a very quiet noise floor, which is a bit surprising to me considering the 8150 only supports unbalanced connections, which I'll talk more about later. Probably the most impressive benefit of the 8150 is how much control it provided with the 10-inch woofers of the JTRs, which resulted in tight, accurate, and punchy bass. I do have an 8-inch subwoofer from HSU Research, but even when it's turned off, I get some satisfying bass from the JTRs. And the fact that the 8150 is a Class D amplifier means it's going to run efficient and relatively cool even under heavy loads. The included 12-volt triggers are a nice touch for integration into a home theater system. Now, I have my 8150 inside of a cabinet, but the OSD Nero 8150 is rack mountable, which is great for those of us with dedicated equipment racks, if you're using this in a home theater. In my testing, I found the soundstage to be wide and immersive, and I was curious how the 8150 would perform with the warmer sound of the Marantz, but I was pleasantly surprised when listening to movies and music just how well it paired with the JTRs. And most of the times I found myself needing to turn down the volume because it was starting to overpower the room in my ears. The separation of instruments and vocals across the board is excellent. And again, in such a not ideal listening environment, the overall clarity was very, very good. For those of you with demanding speakers in a large reflective space like mine, you need not worry. This amplifier can definitely hold its own. It provided the headroom and power needed for my JTR 210 HTs to perform at their best in a wide open area with many acoustical issues. Overall, I'm very impressed with the OSD Nero 8150. It's a powerful, versatile, and well-built amplifier that can deliver exceptional performance. My one gripe about this amplifier though is its lack of XLR inputs, which is why I waited so long to review it. From what I understand, the previous models did have XLR connections, so not sure why the exclusion on the 8150. Unbalanced connections have always been a huge issue for me in my home theater with noise floor and hum, so I moved it out to the living room where I don't care as much about wanting or even needing XLR connections. And I never noticed any hum or noise floor issues, but that could be due to less equipment and electronics to interfere with the signal. But if you're looking for an amp that can handle demanding speakers in a challenging environment, this one should definitely be on your radar. Thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have any questions or thoughts, leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.